We need to start today off by getting some information. I need to know about these courtesy lights right there on both sides. I also need to know about this bilge float switch that's down here that's disconnected, to whether or not I need one of those. And I also need to know about this navigation light. So I'm going to turn my battery switch on. We're going to turn these cockpit lights on, and wouldn't you know it, that one actually works. But for this one, wouldn't you know it, that one actually works too. Wow. So both of those I'm going to leave because I don't know how I'm going to wire this up yet as far as my RGBs. But now that I know that those work, I'm going to leave those on that. I might make this wiper, because that's doing nothing, I might make that my RGB light switch. As far as my navigation light goes, let me see here. Of course, I cleaned all these cushions, and then all this junk comes in here from the, oh my goodness, my nav light works. That is awesome. All right, so nav light works. I know my stern light works, so that's good on both of those. Now for this float switch, let me get this cover off of here, and we'll get down there and take a look at this float switch and see what's going on. So I can see it. It is a Johnson float. I don't know if you guys can see right there. It is the old Johnson float. I do not see any wires outside of this one here. It's coming up, that's been disconnected. Which, if I put that on there, it does nothing. I probably need to check this fuse. Let me check the fuse and find the rest of the wiring that goes to all these things, and I'll figure out if I need to replace this float or not. Just a quick word about our sponsor, which is where we're going to be ordering all the parts that we're getting for this boat. We're using wholesalemarine.com, and right now you can get a 10% off if you use the code BAB10 when checking out. There's a little coupon code, certificate code on the right when you check out. If you use the links in the description below, there's no minimum purchase. You can get virtually anything that you need for your boat, from your engine to cleaning supplies to sports equipment to coolers to fun activities, grills, all that kind of stuff you can get at wholesalemarine.com. Please use the links in the description below and save 10% by using the coupon code BAB10 when you check out. Back to the video. The fuse itself looks good, but I don't know what's up with all this rust. I mean, really, I'm going to get rid of that fuse thing there. I don't like these kinds of fuses on the boat for that exact reason. They're not sealed, they're not waterproof, so I'll probably get a new fuse for that. And then I just need to find the rest of the wiring for my bilge pump, and then we'll be able to figure out what's going on and why this float was disconnected. Honestly, it's working great. I think something just got underneath it, and somebody just disconnected it. I don't know why. Something probably got underneath there and stuck it in the up position, and so they just disconnected it, because it's working pretty well. I mean, actually, it's working just the way it should. There's nothing wrong with that. So looks like that's good. I'm gonna leave that. We're good to go there. Float switch good. I do need to change out the fuse though, so I do need to get a new fuse, but at least that gives my checks that I needed with the courtesy lights, navigation light, and this float switch. Those three are good. I can go make the order that I need to make today, and that'll be that as far as what's going on with those checks. All right, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this one is. Got some abandoned wires here. it's going to be kind of difficult to get back there to those, but I think we're all good there. I mean, there's literally no way to get down there. So the rest of this all looks good, so I'm going to leave it all. Everything's working. I don't have a problem. Let's see, what's this? I need to go through this engine, but for right now, I'm just trying to make an order and make sure I get the stuff that I need to get. I want to pull these plugs out of here, so that way I can, I'm going to order some of the twist-in ones that are for the winterizing of the block. I'm just going to order those blue ones that twist in. That way I don't have to, you don't have to get a wrench down there to unplug those to winterize it. So that one, there's the ones on the manifold, and those I need to order. I'm trying to think what else I need to order, that way I can have all the stuff. Oh, I need to order something to suck the oil out. I do need an oil sucker, so I'm going to order an oil sucker, a fuse, so I need a fuse, oil sucker, and the drain things right here. And then once I get that done, I'm going to work on all this. I should probably make a separate video for that, so this one's just going to be a short one. Yeah, I'm going to make a separate video because I want to go through and clean all this stuff up. We'll service the engine, and then I'll get all this put back together, and then we can have basically the engine done. I need to look over the engine and figure out what's all these wires that are disconnected, cut off and abandoned. I need to figure out what's going on with that. Here's a whole nother set that's been abandoned, unplugged, and just left here. So I got to figure out what those are. I don't know much about stern drives, so this is gonna be a learning experience for me and you, so that'll be a separate video where I go over all of this. But for this video, at least I've got all my checks done. I might throw this into somewhere else just to make it have some substance, but I'm gonna get rid of this wire here. That can be done away with. You know, I thought I wanted to change these out to the blue ones, but I mean, this is pretty good the way it is. I think I'm gonna leave. I don't think I need to change over to the blue ones. This would be alright. I'll leave these in there. I was just thinking to make it easy for someone else to do the winterizing of it, but I mean, this is a pretty solid system. Now I need to go ahead and check my bimini top and make sure that that's not got any issues. Then I can fold it back up. I'm pretty sure these are going to be all good. They look good. A little bit stiff. I could probably put a little bit of lube on there, but you kind of want a little bit of stiffness. That way it doesn't, mess up and you lose your screws. So let me get my bimini out and we will see what's up here. Alright, so the bimini's nice. I don't have any problem with the stitching. Looks like this was originally has the rest of the stuff here, but I don't have that. All my stitching's looking good. This thing's actually pretty clean. I'm not gonna pressure wash this thing. I might clean it up and then spray it with my fabric guard, but bimini's good to go. This is definitely a pain. I'll probably need to work on figuring out something. Like, it is a nightmare putting these things in here. I wonder if I could get something that's a little bit less less of a pain for me to try and twist in, because these things are right there a nightmare. But other than that, I'm pretty much golden on the rest of it. So I'm going to button this back up, put it back into here, and then we will move on to our other tasks. Alright, now that I got my bimini all straightened out, we know what's going on there. I want to start cleaning up all this mess back here because I don't know how much time I've got before it starts to be a downfall coming in. And not to mention that now it looks like it's going to be raining today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Next week I might be good to go, but the rest of this week's going to be possibly pretty wet. So I'm going to clean all this up. I want to kind of get some of these zip ties figured out, clean all that stuff up, replace that fitting there. I need to go get some ATF for my trim system. Yeah, let me get the vacuum out and start cleaning this up. There are just so many of these wires that I'm not sure they've been cut and disconnected, so I gotta follow them around, figure out what's what, so that way I can get rid of the ones that I need to get rid of, and the other ones kind of clean up a little bit. I mean, it's not that bad, but just, yeah, it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. All right, we're not completely done, but at least this is quite a bit better. You can still get in here. I kind of got a bunch of these wires cleaned up, got that heat shrink fixed, straighten these wires up so that way it's not got that big loop of disaster as it was previously. I could probably pull these through a little bit, clean that up a little bit, but zip tie that to make that look clean. But it's a lot better than what it was. I might clean up a little bit more, but for now I'm gonna go get the cover so we can cover this thing when it actually rains. And then after that I might actually start it on the engine, but that'll be it for this one. I'll get the cover, we'll be able to cover up, and that is all the miscellaneous projects that I had for this video today.